money's moving to me. I'm a millionaire. Money better cases. I ain't gotta chase it.
What is going on, beautiful people? Happy Sunday to you all. That's what it is. It's Sunday. Happy Sunday to you all. I hope that you've had an amazing day thus far, that your evening is winding down, and that you're preparing for an amazing week. And I have some things I want to share with you all tonight. It's a little story time, right? So if you're watching me live, go ahead and say hello. Let me know where it is that you are watching me from tonight. Rep your city, rep your country. Let me know where in the virtual building you are watching me from tonight. And we're going to go ahead and get straight to it because this is the truth. The truth is your girl's tired. Truth is I'm tired. No, let me stop. But I've had a very busy past few days, and physically I'm like, your girl needs to go to sleep. But before I do that, I do want to share something with you all, because you guys know, like, I come on here and I share with you all because I literally believe that there is more out there for every single person under the sound of my voice. And I believe that a great part of my call and purpose, why God has me here on this earth, is to help you discover that place and to help you get there. And I also know, as someone who is a marketing guru, that people take several times, it says 7 times before they actually make a move. And so I'm going to be as consistent as possible to get to the right person, to hear the right words, so that you finally take action to see some things actually change in your life, right? And so let me get to what I want to share with you all tonight. But go ahead, comment, let me know who's here. And then I'm going to start with my intro, as I always do. My name is Sharita Leon. I went from being a homeless, disabled, single mom to a 2-time #1 best-selling author with books on the bestsellers list for over 2 years straight. I'm also a life, relationship, and business coach, an internet marketing strategist, entrepreneur, international speaker, and the protege of the legendary Les Brown, a Forex trader and investor, and I empower my tribe to live their God-given purpose while creating wealth and have healthy relationships. I'm also a believer, and my faith is exuded in all that I do, so welcome. So today I had a really fun, impactful day with my daughter, and we had this grand time. There'll be pictures to show, right? Check my Instagram stories or my Facebook fan page story to see them all. But as we were embarking on our great day of adventure and mommy-daughter time, I thought about how there are so many people that are not experiencing the finer things in life. And so today, my daughter and I, we went to the Troll Experience here. And for those of you that don't know what that is, there's the movie The Trolls from Disney or DreamWorks, and they had this whole experience based off of the movie. And you go through all these different activities and all of that, right? And so they had the regular general admission, and then they had the VIP. So I went and got the VIP for my daughter. And so, just like for VIP with adults, whenever you have VIP, you have extra access. You don't wait on lines. You know, you have all the perks. And then I thought to myself about how many of us in life are just doing the general admission. How many of us in life are going through general admission when we know deep inside we want to have that VIP experience? We want to be able to have the finer things in life. We want to be able to go and travel first class. You want to be able to go and buy the homes that you want to actually live in. You want to go to the restaurants that you want to go to without thinking about, oh my gosh, can I actually afford that? And the way my mind thinks is like, if there is a such thing as a VIP, if there is a such thing as more, if there is such thing as abundance, why don't I have it? I don't like to be outside of anything that I know I have access to. See, a lot of us are not living in opulence. A lot of us are not having the VIP experiences in life or creating that for our children simply because we don't believe it's possible for us. We think that that's for those other people. We think, well, I'm a little too late in life. I'm a little too old for that. Or people like me don't do things like that. Or I have too many children. Or I made too many mistakes in my past. Whatever the story may be that you're telling yourself, you've literally created this story. And now you feel as if there is no possibility for you to live this VIP lifestyle. And so what we do is we try to be religious and say things like, well, you know, money's the root of all evil, and well, God don't really like all those rich people anyway, and as long as I get to heaven the by and by, and we say things like, well, at least I'm not in the street. We say things to make us feel comfortable in mediocrity, comfortable in being average or lack, when in actuality, you literally could be living a finer life. You literally can have whatever your heart's desire may be. You literally can create a life for yourself that most people only dream of. And so as I go through this day with my daughter, we're going through this whole trolls experience, and she's getting her face done, and they had her with her little troll wig on, and her face is painted, and she's having all this fun, and skipping through lines because she's VIP. And I'm thinking about, what about the adults? The adults that are there in life, that are just cruising by general admission, but you've been called to VIP. You've been called to abundance. You've been called to luxury and opulence. And somehow you've convinced yourself that it can't be done. And so you don't do the necessary action that is required for you to live that type of lifestyle. Am I talking to anybody here tonight? Because if I am, I need to see some correspondence, right? I need to know that I'm talking to you. If you are someone that wants to live a VIP lifestyle, type VIP in the comments. Let me see if I can see some comments going on over here. If you are someone that wants to live a VIP lifestyle, type VIP, because then I know who I'm talking to. I want to make sure I'm talking to the right people, right? And so the area that we were in tonight in Manhattan was right next to Fifth Avenue, a very wealthy neighborhood. So we're passing by Nordstrom, Bugatti. We're passing by Neiman Marcus. We're passing by the Coach store. Like everything you could possibly think of that reminds you of luxury. That's what we were, right? And so we go through this whole experience. She's having a good time. We finish, and now it's time for us to go home. So we go home, and I had to leave Manhattan to go to my borough, and we drove. Well, we didn't. We got a Lyft, right? And so the Lyft that we got was the luxury SUV. Now, for that SUV to take us to where we had to go from where I live is about a good $100, right? And I'm thinking about how my daughter doesn't know how much any of this stuff costs, right? She doesn't know the difference between VIP, why some kids had their face painted and have a wig, and why some don't, why she doesn't understand any of that concept. All she knows is that she came to this experience, she's having a great time, we took care of it, and now we're going home in this nice SUV. Why am I sharing that with you? Because you, as the parent, create a lifestyle for your children, and that lifestyle, they grow up believing that it's normal. And because you create this lifestyle for them that they believe is normal, they then create a lifestyle for themselves based off of endless possibilities. They now in turn know that, well, okay, as I grew up, I wanted something, I had it, I didn't know of anything that was of lack, and so now they create that lifestyle for themselves. I have watched children that were raised by families who thought differently, who came from money, and when they got older, there were no limits for them because they didn't understand that. They didn't have access to lack, both mentally and physically. And so for parents like us who may have gone through lack, who may have had a very dysfunctional lifestyle growing up, it is our duty to ensure that our children have a far better lifestyle than we have. And that's just not what physical things and material things. That is through mindset. Are you carrying on the same traditions and mental beliefs that your parents had onto your children? So I hear it said all the time. I mean, I've heard it said to myself, oh, well, I didn't do that when my parents didn't do that for me. If I had to work, you wanted to work too. Well, we didn't have name brands, so you don't need name brands. And you all know I don't believe in name brands, all that kind of stuff. But I'll give you an example. Are you passing on the same limiting beliefs that they had, or are you creating new ones for your children? Are you creating new ones So that way they know that there are literally no limits. Don't you want the finer things in life? And by finer things, I'm not talking about material things, but the experiences. Life is all about experiences. Don't you want to be able to travel the world, see how other people live, be cultured, create children that are cultured? My daughter's about to have a passport way earlier than I did. I have my passport at 18 or 19. My daughter is 9. And so I can create a well-rounded child based off of how I've grown rather than what I may have been accustomed to. I want her to have more mentally, spiritually, emotionally. The other day, someone gave her some money and she came to me and said, Mommy, I have another $10, but I'm going to save it so that I can make more money and buy more toys later. So I'm giving her the concept of just because I have money now does not mean I have to use it now, but we're going to learn how to grow it. I didn't have those conversations with my parents as a child. So the finer things in life first come mentally before they can ever show up and manifest physically. You owe it to yourself to want the finer things in life. You owe it to yourself to ensure that your children have the finer things in life. Some of the things that you struggled with as a child or even as an adult, you should have it to where your children don't have those same circumstances if you can control it. And so tonight when my daughter is passing by Fifth Avenue and looking at Neiman Marcus and Coach and all these different things and driving our beautiful, SUV with our driver who was great, and she's asking questions about which tunnel is this and all these things, she has no idea about anything about cost. She has no idea about anything but the fact that Mommy took me out and we had a good time today. And we had some experiences. Create that for your family. Create that for your children. And for you to do that, it takes for you to have a mental shift. It takes you to have a desire. You have to first desire these things to be able to even work towards manifesting them. Desiring to want more. And this is not to boast at all. Like, I need you guys to really understand where I'm coming from with all of this. And to really understand that you have an opportunity to create more for your children and your children's children. But you have to take necessary actions to create the life that you actually want, and knowing that it is possible to create the life you want. And too often people give up far before they even get there. In fact, a lot of people quit before they even get started. If you quit before you get started, well, honey, you're never going to get there. That's just what it is. But it's time for you to make that shift. Many people got excited for 2020. Be grateful that we're here, right? But what are you going to do with it? What is going to be different for you this year? What is going to be different for you this year? What is the actual plan? What are you going to do? And who are you going to become to make sure this year is different? How are you going to challenge yourself? I told some of my friends last night, I had an amazing dinner at my home. You all know I love to cook, right? It goes up in Sharita's kitchen. And we were discussing some things that I want to do. And I'm going to share with you all, perhaps. And so I'm going to do something physically that's going to stretch me, both literally and figuratively. And this is totally outside of my norm. It's going to cause me to really, be bold. But I want to do it because I know that in doing this, it's going to stretch me in so many different areas. It's going to stretch me mentally, physically, even with my confidence. So many things are going to shift with me doing this. And it speaks volumes to who it is that I say I am becoming, right? And so I told my friends, I'm going to do this thing, and I want y'all to come with me. If you don't, okay, that's cool too. God bless you, but I'm going to do it, right? And me taking that step is an act of faith, saying that Sharita is no longer who she used to be. Sharita no longer is operating in the level of which she operated in before. That level was good for where I currently am, or was rather. Now for me to go higher, there are things that I'm going to have to shift in myself, not just mentally, but something you have to do physically first in order for it to become mentally. There are things that you know you want to do, things that you know you have access to, but they won't actually manifest until you move forward. And so with me taking this bold move and step, that's going to open the doors for other things. Challenging yourself. How are you going to challenge yourself this year? Right? And financially, what streams of income are you going to create to allow you to have more? You know, often people talk about getting out of debt, which is good. But the problem is so many people want to get out of debt without creating new income streams to get out of debt. So you still have the money that wasn't enough before, and you're trying to use that to get out instead of creating another stream of income. Come on. We have to use wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Talking about wisdom, my pastor, shout out to my pastor, Vernell Samuels, has an amazing 31-day wisdom challenge that you want to be a part of. You want the information, just comment below and I'll tag the link to that. But you want to be able to have these things to apply to see more in life. And so I charge you to get access to more. Step out of your comfort zone and create more money. Create a higher belief system for yourself and let your children see that, because they're always watching. Children are always watching. I get so surprised sometimes at the things that my daughter comes back to me and tells me, and I'm like, you were paying attention? I watch her, and I was thinking about this yesterday. I'm like, my daughter is really a boss. And you know, this morning, actually, she did something today that made me so happy and proved her independence. She didn't wait for me to tell her to do it. She just did it, and I came and she was ready. And I was like, thank you, God, right? They're watching. They see if you are passive in life or if you're aggressive about going and doing something. They see if you're out there being bold, consistent. They're watching. And they see mommy doing it. So now they know they can do it. And my daughter, she shows me that. And even though when I don't think she's watching, she is. And the same goes for you. She sees me in business. She sees how I do things. She watches my videos. This girl she has her own channel that she's creating to vlog because she's been watching me for all these years. She has her call to action and everything on deck. Right? And so, what are your children watching? How do your children see you living? Do they see you being in fear about starting a business? Do they see you being in fear about creating more? Do they see you in lack? Do they expect lack because that's what you have shown them? What are you showing them? And how can we change that? Let's create a better lifestyle for our children. And again, this is not just talking about material things, but that is included. You should want your children to have the most, the best, like God does. God wants you to have the best. Jesus came that you would have an abundant life and have it to the full, till it overflows. That's why Jesus came. There's a lot to that. He wanted you to be in a state of constant abundance. But some way, somehow, someone convinced you that that's not the truth and made you feel as if you had to stay in lack. That's not even natural. Let's go there for a moment. It's not even natural as a king and a queen, as the blood of God flowing through your veins, as royal DNA, a royal priesthood, a chosen generation. It is not even normal for you to accept lack. If you accept lack right now in your life and feel comfortable there, that's not even your true self. That's what you have been taught to believe. It feels natural for me when I have people serve me. when I go to an amazing, nice restaurant. When I have someone come and open the door. It feels good when I'm being serviced at an amazing spa or restaurant or whatever. That feels natural for me. It feels good. Now I had to change my thinking on some things because guilt tried to come in and all that kind of bad thinking and religion from years of people telling me the wrong thing. But then when I realized that I was fighting against myself, I stopped fighting. Ooh, that's good. When I realized that I was fighting against myself, I stopped fighting. My true self, my God consciousness is regal. My God consciousness is royalty. I'm literally a child of the King of Kings. Queen Elizabeth ain't got nothing on my God. That's who I am. I am royalty. I am beyond wealthy. I am always operating in authority and dominion and rulership. I am on the throne of my life. That's natural. That is how you are little g gods on this earth, as the Bible declares. But do you believe that? When you stop fighting against yourself and you just accept it, you just receive what Jesus has already given you, life looks a whole lot different. And listen, everything does not have to be manifested yet for you to feel that way. That's the other lie misconception that we have. Oh, when I have more, I'll feel more. And when I have more money, then I'll feel like I'm rich or I could do. No. It's all from within. It is all from within. Everything that's within is what you need right now to succeed. That's where your true treasure is. Tapping into the God in you, the hope of glory, right? And so for those of you that are watching right now, you're like, Sharita, I do want to have more. I do want to be able to create more for myself, my family. I want to enjoy the finer things in life. You need to get in my inbox. Allow me to show you an opportunity, a way for you to create more money, be wise with it, grow it, right? Create passive residual income, tap into cooperative economics, and create wealth. That is what I do. I help people create wealth both through the foreign exchange market and in the health and wellness industry through cooperative economics. That's what I do. And you need to be doing the same thing. No lie, right? So get in my inbox. Let me show you how just a few $100s. I'm talking about less than 200 can change your life. Literally, right? Literally. You can have such an amazing life if you so choose to, right? So that's all I have for tonight. Y'all, told you I was tired. I got things to do, like sleep. Something that I do not do often. But I'm here. If you have questions, go ahead, inbox me. Let me know. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe, of course, and email sharitaleon@gmail.com. That's SHARITALEON@gmail.com. And I'll be more than happy to assist you moving forward and give you the information that you need to start really creating wealth in 2020, right? No more games, no more talk. Let's get this thing done. All right. I thank you for watching. Until next time, only believe until the end and go get your life. Be blessed, everybody.
I'm a millionaire, money better cases. I ain't gotta chase it. I'm a millionaire.
Get your money. Get your money.